Okay, let me test the mic real quick. Maybe. Okay, let me test the mic real quick. Oh, that's clear. Maybe. Okay, let me test the mic real quick. Yep, alright, I think we're good. Well, I'm going to stream some Battlefield 1 later this evening, or some Battlefront 2 if Cam hassles me too much about it. But I thought I would do some sailing around, sink some ships. As I've said every time I stream this for the last couple of months, I've really put this challenge on the back burner in lieu of doing other things that have a little bit more variety. And yeah, that's cool and all. But I did start out my streaming enterprise by doing this challenge, and I'd still like to see it through. So I'm going to, oops, not stats. I'm going to see where I'm at right now. How bad is it? 1,233rd place. So if I go for half an hour, which would put us at 7:03, so just after 7:30, if I could sink 75 ships. If I could sink 75 ships, 75 to 80, that would put us well above the 1200s. And I know I got those rat bastards behind me. I'll get to them when they catch up. Oh, we're up to 6, Cam? You always asking for 5. How's it going? Come on, get a little bit closer. Oh, not too bad. Ran to town today. Took the dog to the park. And now I'm winding down. It's been a pretty good day. That was a very short-lived storm. And we're going to board her just to repair real quick. Oh my god, I just ate that. Don't worry, I'll get him. Oh shit, I'm gonna get shot. God damn it. See, I was trying to grab that guy, but Kenway has this problem where sometimes he just doesn't think he's in combat. So that's why instead of grabbing the guy, he's just doing his parkour. That's a long time problem we've had with this. Sometimes he just doesn't think he's in combat anymore. Well, that was easy. Good deal. I'm gonna go get that scout and wrap this one up. Right in the foot. Instant kill. Well, that took 1/6 of my time and I only killed 4 ships, so we need to speed things along. And for that, we're going to head south. No shit. So, Cam, should I do the Battlefield 1 again, or work on some of those medals that I was working on last night, or am I going to have to do Battlefront 2 for you? Is that a convoy? Hell's bells it is. Not a very valuable one, but still.
Awaiting order! We're ready, sir! They're all alone!
That was easy enough. Is that going to be my content style going forward? Is just me ranting nonsensically as I get a 1-to-4 kill death ratio? Honestly, I feel like I could do that. I am a very angry human being. Here, everything is nice, calm, relaxed. But boy howdy, once you put me in a game of Galactic Conquest, all fucking hell breaks loose. You know, I'm just noticing something about that whale skull that I have as the figurehead. That's got teeth on it. So that's probably a sperm whale. So that's kind of cool. No. No, and I was looking in my studio app for YouTube, and there's a like questionnaire that they had asking how to improve YouTube, and I bitched about that. I wrote a nice little paragraph this morning. Like, hey, one of the, the three primary platforms, which has a lot of exclusive games, only has your competitor as an option for direct streaming and uploading. So, like, if you don't want me to use your competitor, I'd fucking figure that out. Where am I at here? I still need to go way further south if I'm going to get to the big ships. Yeah. Oh, that's 4 easy ones, so we're going to go grab those just to pad the numbers a bit. Ooh, a frigate. Yeah, I'm going to board real quick just to help myself to some good old-fashioned rum and sugar. Terrible angle. There we go. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I do need to be quick about it, but that's 90 of the good stuff, man. Now, with schooners, it's pretty quick and painless. It's the big ships that I really want to avoid boarding. Because even though they've got better and more cargo, yeah, it just takes way too freaking long. Ooh, fuck, they're close. Where'd that fucking Man-O-War go? He was right there. You just fucking teleport away? Okay. We're just gonna fight the frigate then. Still going after that ship I disabled. I'm disabled. That's a reference to the IT crowd. When Roy and Moss go to the theater and Roy gets himself stuck in the handicapped bathroom, and so he pretends to be disabled in order to not face the embarrassment of using their restroom. God, that's such a fucking funny show. I should go back and watch those again. They used to be on Netflix, and they might still be, but I don't have Netflix anymore. I got rid of it. God, that was funny. That might be the best IT Crowd episode. Alright, I've had enough of this jackass. Bring it, bitch boy! There just wasn't anything I was really watching on it. There are shows that my wife watched, but she would like get in between seasons, and so, you know, waiting the 6 or whatever months for the next season to come out, we would just be paying an increased rate, because they keep on increasing their prices, for a service that we were never using. So I figured $20 could better be spent elsewhere, or whatever the fucking cost is. So I got rid of it. Cam, you were the best man at my wedding. You know goddamn well I have a wife. Who's this guy? That's good cargo. There are a lot of Spanish ships out today. I don't think I've seen one Royal Navy ship. Starting a secret second family? No, I haven't considered it. Put a bug in my ear. I think I'll have to consider it. Alright, whip her around. I'm shipping Witties. Is that going to get his attention? Yep. Come on after me. Tip her over, tip her over. Just about. I can't believe people actually do start second families in secret. How do you even go about doing that? Why would you go about doing that? It just sounds like a giant pain in the ass. The one family I have is a headache enough. Can you imagine 2 wives nagging you? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You'd never just get to sit down and have a drink and play video games. Or watch the game, or take a nap. Double the Christmas gifts? That's called an investment. I'm going to sacrifice Sunday afternoon naps for the rest of my life in order to get double Christmas gifts. I better get more than fucking socks. Double getting yelled at. That's my point. You are getting double yelled at. It's a lose-lose situation. No naps, and you get yelled at. Alright, is there anything nearby? Oh, there's something on to my right. I'm using the map to cheat. harder to find ships in these storms, even though this one's currently abating. Master abating.
Almost ready! Ready to fire, sir! Fire! Right there, sir! Fire! Police don't right through there!
There we go. I'm gonna swag out to the right a little bit to grab this bit of cargo. Who knows, it could be one cloth and only $5. Or 5 wood. 5 wood from 5 different guys. 5 guys. 5 guys burgers. Burgers. Hamburgers. Hamburger. Germany. Now I'm thinking about Nazis. I picked up 5 wood and we're back to Nazis. That's my train of thought, even though I'm playing on a vessel, a sailing boat, ship, not a train, but you know what I mean. I appreciate the offer. I don't think I'll take you up on it, not because I'm going to pick someone else to be a best man, but because I have no intention of getting married ever again. The first one was expensive enough. I don't need to get another. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm way further west than I thought.
Here we go. We are outward bound for Kingston Town with a heat. Working on it, Hardy, sir. Awaiting orders.
You son of a bitch.
Go to planks.
Oh, what do these assholes want? Thriller Bark. Michael Jackson song. Old Scratch. Ooh, bad shot. That was a terrible shot. See, that wasn't too bad. Rum and sugar. The only sugar I need is a smooch from my homies. Eat that. I literally just booped your bottom. The San Felipe is the ship I'm about to take. Not the Felipe Massa, because if it's the Felipe Massa, I wouldn't use cannonballs, I'd use shock absorbers. And that's what I would use to incapacitate it. Nobody's going to understand that unless they know their Formula One history. What's your favorite Midwest dish? You a casserole guy? Yes, I'm asking this right as you're saying, Arg, the only sugar I need is a smooch from my homies. My wife loves to make casseroles, and sometimes I'm like, God damn, what's with all the casseroles? But I do live in the Midwest, so it's kind of a given that I'm going to have to eat a lot of casseroles. That's not to say I don't like casseroles, it's just, I don't know, sometimes I like food that isn't all the ingredients thrown together in one dish and mushed together. What's my favorite Midwest dish, huh? I mean, I love a good pork tenderloin, and I'm told that that's not a thing other places. Even more than a tenderloin, though, I love a pulled pork sandwich. But I think pulled pork is not necessarily a Midwest dish. I think that's kind of shared across the U.S. I'm assuming. Pork burgers are freaking good. Burger with barbecue sauce. I don't even need cheese on that. If I'm going to eat a hamburger, I almost have to have cheese. If I need a pork burger, I don't ever eat it with cheese. I don't know what the deal with that is. Let's see, what else? Ooh, walking tacos. Fucking love a good walking taco. Taco pizza. I had taco pizza last night. I actually had it for lunch today, too. I have ADHD, and I have leftover taco pizza. It's a killer combination, actually. Taco pizza doesn't get more Iowan than that. We said we love the Italians and their pizzas. We love the Mexicans and their tacos. Let's just slap them together. And every single Midwesterner was like, fuck yeah. Sign me right the fuck up. I want more of that shit. And the Casey's never gives you enough fucking taco sauce. Rat bastards. We had to buy our own taco sauce from Dollar General, because it's the only place that was open this late. Because Casey's fucked us. I didn't say your casseroles weren't good. I just said sometimes I get tired of casseroles. Ooh, 5,000. That's a good one. Holy shit. It's almost been a half hour. I don't think I sunk 70 ships. You started dating a Mexican woman for taco pizza, and then she told you it wasn't authentic, and now your relationship is based on a lie. Is that what you're telling me? That's what I'm reading here. Is that the honest to God truth? My boys over here like, I love hot Latinas, but more importantly, I love taco pizza. And you know what? I can respect the game. – find out that she doesn't make Mexican pizza after setting up a, you know, a lifelong commitment on that basis is quite the rug pull. Not only were you duped, but you were schmeckeldorfed. That's not even a word, and I agree with you, boy. Can't really do Mr. Krabs' voice. But I can fail to pay my employees or file for taxes. So we're really not too different. Wow, that frigate got wiped. Come give me, you big fat bitch. Damn it, I was hoping that would destroy that frigate. I don't want him to get damaged by the enemy ship, because then I won't get credit for the kills. Yeah, I'm gonna have to eat this mortar. I don't know. I'll destroy this man of war and I'll tell you. Wow, the lag on that was insane. Didn't charge until after I'd already collided. Couple frigates. There's a schooner out there. I'm gonna grab that schooner real quick for repairs. Give me the cargo. Thank you. Has good cargo. Come on, you stupid bitch. What do you have? There we go. Oh, no, it does not have good cargo. And I'm going against the wind to get her. Two cloth. Alright, time out. I gotta kill this guy. Yeah, you just got to wait your turn, Mr. Frigate. Alright, you guys take care of the... where we're at here. Bum, bum, bum. Leaderboards. Most viewed pirate ever. Ooh, we're still in the 1200s. I might have to go longer than a half hour. 52.49. In order to get out, I need to be at 53.29. 53.29. So that's 29 plus 6. Oh, fuck. I would need 35 more ships. Shit! Alright, I'll do. I would like to get out of... I think the best thing for me to do is to try to get through 100 positions every week until I've got this. The only thing is once I get into the last probably 300-400, it's going to take forever to move up a spot. Ooh, that did more damage than the broadside I threw at him just a bit ago. Well done, mortar. Okay, so there's 2 more, so now I need 34. I'm gonna have to, like, prepare talking points or something, because I'll have nothing to yammer about when I have to sink 100,000 more ships or however many I freaking need. Good deal, good deal. Talk about your feelings towards the Jewish community? Oh, fuck. Cam's trying to get me canceled. Where do I even really start? Hitler was onto something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any problems with the Jews. Of course, I've never met a Jew. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Here's what'll really get me canceled. I think Hamas was asking for it. And, shit, you poked the bear. So, you know, I don't want civilians to be hurt, and I'd like them all to have their homes rebuilt and prosper, and, you know, as few casualties as possible. But you hear conflicting news all the time, really going on, and I don't care enough. But as far as terrorist organizations go, fucking light them up. I don't give a shit. Kim, I don't know what you're getting at with that comment, but what I'm saying is I don't have a problem with the Jews. Yeah, I really do. I think it should be like what we did at the end of World War II. Occupy, de-radicalize, Marshall Plan. It worked for the Germans just fine. Oh hell, I'm stuck up in the air. They clearly have some extremist views that you know, no matter how much aid or money or time alone you give them, they're still gonna freaking try and kill you. You have to change their outlook on the world and their worldview, and really, yeah, I think it should be. When you say annex, I suppose it's probably not the right verb. Occupied, rebuilt, and de-radicalized. Once you get a government in place, then, you know, let them go back to thing, like we did with Germany. But then there's going to have to be some level of oversight, because it's just a hotbed of extremism and terrorists, and God damn it. I mean, if your neighbor week came over and took a shit in your front yard and threw a Molotov cocktail through your window, and the police refused to do anything about it, in fact got pissed at you if you did anything about it, I would say, you know what, you have every right to annex his house. And say, I'm going to hold you down and hit you in the head with the rock until you get it through your sick fucking head to quit trying to kill me and blow up my shit. And then if he's like, you know what, I'm aware of my ways, I'm like, alright. To my house. The end of it. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, it's going to be harder than it was with Germany. But there are plenty of moderate Muslims in the world. And if that region of the world, if that, you know, group of people refuses to moderate, then fuck, I don't know what you do, but you can't just you can't just say two-state solution when they don't want a two-state solution. They are 6 months and then come across the border and no, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And now someone's going to say, well, the IDF does this, and someone's going to say, well, your accusations aren't true. And I don't know, and I don't care. If the IDF is doing things that are terrible, then that should be... As far as what the overall response is, that you should be going after these guys, and you shouldn't tolerate, you know, those terrorist actions, yeah, it's a fucking no-brainer. And maybe my bad neighbor analogy wasn't the best, but honestly, Israel has no obligation to put up with that crap. I normally don't talk about this kind of thing. I mean, it is a gaming channel after all, but at the same time, I have a horrible inability to not honestly answer questions that are asked of me. If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. I could be wrong. I could have a bad opinion. But you ask me a question, I'm going to give you exactly what I think. And no, that's not the focus of this channel. I'm not a political channel, but you ask me a question, I think, and that's what I think. Here's the thing, too. Now I'm just volunteering information. If you guys, I shouldn't say you guys, if people that were pro-Palestinian truly gave a damn about Muslims or people that are, you know, subject to horrific conditions and bombings and stuff, they would have made a much bigger fit out of things that Muslims have done to each other over the years. And I happen to think that a lot of this is born out of anti-Semitism because the Jews are the perpetrators this time, in whatever capacity that may be. I mean, you don't hear about these people getting really pissed off at China about what they're doing to the Uyghur Muslims. And they didn't do anything. In my mind, they're more innocent than the Palestinians are. And you don't hear a goddamn bit of fit about it. But fuck do I know? Yeah, I don't usually talk about that kind of thing, but I will... You ask my opinion on anything, I'm going to give you an honest answer. Alright, let's see where we are. During that whole diatribe. Ooh, look at that! 5302. We are 27 ships away. Here's 2. Yeah. Yeah, the Middle East has got some fucking problems.
Running down to Cuba with a load of sugar. Wave boys to Cuba. Make her run, you time to squeeze us. Running down to Cuba. Wave boys to Cuba.
I actually just watched a 3-hour podcast last night with Gad Sad. That was really interesting on the topic, so I would recommend that if you're interested. Middle East has got its problems, for sure. And unfortunately, it's just because that's your biggest fundamentalist religion. I got a problem with most, any sort of fundamentalist religion, and that's your big one right there. What was the Gad Sad one? Let me pause real quick. I could tell you. It was with Tom Bilyeu. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. This was from 7 months ago, so it was about the time that the Trump assassination attempt took place. It says, we should fear Trump as a president, civil war, assassination, DEI, and Islamic takeover. But he is an Arab Jew that grew up in Lebanon. So that's his background. Anyway, I don't know. I would think you might find it interesting if you're interested in that topic. Honestly, most of the time when I'm doing something like dishes or folding laundry, or if I'm not streaming, if I'm just playing games, and like geopolitical history podcasts and stuff playing in the background, that shit just fascinates me. We live in a fucked up world. On why Kamala Harris lost? Because she's completely detached from the average American. She is not relatable in one bit. She doesn't come off like she cares about average people. She spent more money than God. And she's a fucking idiot. That was her biggest problem. She is a fucking idiot. Trump's kind of an idiot too, but he's just so fucking confident that it doesn't seem to hurt him. I think also she couldn't detach herself in a meaningful way from the Biden administration, which makes sense. She was the vice president, and it was just the worst administration in modern American history. Just an absolute dumpster fire. And so she had that dragging her down too. She didn't fucking help herself with any of her other foibles. Fuck, I am taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, I sailed right down the middle of that. Jesus Christ. They killed Medicare. I think a big part of why she lost too was she was complicit in lying about Joe Biden's mental state. We all knew that was a dead man walking, and she and the media absolutely destroyed her credibility by not admitting that. And not only did they not admit it, they lied to our face about it. Now, if you want to make a case that, yes, a man walking surrounded by bureaucrats is better than Trump, fine, I'll take you as an honest actor. But if you're going to look at me and say that Biden was absolutely with it and in control of his faculties, I'm just going to say you're a fucking liar. He was sleek, intelligent, and agile. MSNBC Joe Biden meat rider right there. I'm just gonna skip the scouts. What the hell? Come on. Oh, hell. I'm gonna die. I was right. That was a terrible call on my part. I should not have skipped the scouts. If Fenway would have just kept going up bloody mass instead of getting stuck, though, we would have been okay. Top 3 policies I support politically. What question? Sorry, I'm waiting for my health to regenerate while I'm thinking here. That is a very good question. I'm gonna fucking die. He's gonna be ready. He's gonna knock me right off the top here. Oh, he wasn't ready. Alright, now we're in the clear. Well, I think one would be stopping the influx of illegal immigrants and drug trafficking, in sex trafficking, and then deporting the people that shouldn't be here. If you have a right to be here, or if you come through legal channels and you want to work and make this country a better place, and at the same time improve, you know, your situation, get the fuck over here. Let's get to work. But if you just want a fucking handout, a free ride, or even worse, to cause fucking problems, I don't have an obligation to you. Get the fuck out of here. And that goes for Africans, Mexican, Mexicans, South Americans, Central Americans, there's the word I'm looking for, Latinos. It goes for Latinos, Africans, Asians, Europeans, anybody. I don't care what your skin color is, what your religion is, what your background is. If you're here for a free handout, or to cause crime, or smuggle people, or traffic drugs, or whatever else, get the fuck out. If you're here to make an honest living, improve your situation, pay your taxes, make the country a better place, I don't give a fuck who you are. Get over here. We need good people. That's number one. But that's a no-brainer to me. That should be bare minimum of what a government does for its people. And the fact that that's a contentious political issue does not make any sense to me whatsoever. But that's the number one thing. We have enough fucking problems as it is. We have enough people who need help that we actually have an obligation to, that we don't need to be bringing in more people. We don't need to be tolerating crime. And if you want to be here to do good, then get over here. I don't have a problem with it. Now, if you want to tell me that the asylum process is too long, too complicated, we need more people processing claims to improve the rate at which legal immigration happens, I'm with you there. If that system's broken, then we should be fixing it. But open borders is a fucking stupid policy, and I don't have patience for it. What about the people that say it's too hard to come legally and people are suffering so they have to come illegally? My position is, if you're from Mexico and want to make that case, then you should not be hiding in the country. You should turn yourself over immediately and say, hey, I'm here, I need help, here's my reasons why, and then we adjudicate that case. I'm not exactly sure how that immigration process looks, but if you say, I can't stay in Mexico, you know, I'm in fear for my life, then remain in Mexico doesn't really work for me. But if you've come here from Colombia, which is in South America, or Venezuela, or El Salvador or something, and you walk or drive or however, all the way up here, and then you get here, you've passed through 10, 15 countries along the way or some shit like that. I'm pulling that out of my ass because I don't know my geography well enough. But you've passed through a number of countries along the way. At that point, I don't believe you. I say, no, you've come to America because of open borders and you want a handout. Or you want a higher quality of life. If you're saying, I'm in fear for my life, then you take the next best thing you can get that isn't going to kill you. I mean, that's what pisses me off about the whole African and Middle Eastern immigration into Europe. How many countries did you pass before you made it to the UK, or Germany, or Sweden? It's a long fucking way to go. I don't believe you're in that big of a trouble that you had to go all the way over there. I don't buy that. Well, honestly, we should be taking it as a case-by-case basis, and if that's the number of claims that aren't bullshit, then that's the way it is. I don't know enough about it to say there's legitimate claims that are being left out. If that's the case, that sucks. Legitimate people with a claim should be helped, but honestly, if I were in, I don't know, I'm just going to stick with Colombia because I know readily where that is on a map. If I were in Colombia and I say I'm in fear for my life, this is asylum now. This isn't just economic migrant looking for a better job or opportunity or standard of living. This is asylum. I am in fear for my life, okay? If you're there and you're pissed off that your claim didn't get accepted in America, did you apply for any other countries? You should be taking any fucking thing you can get that isn't going to be a threat to your life. Like with all the Syrian migrants from the Civil... I don't understand why you need to go to Malmo, or Dresden, or Köln, or London. Why are Palestinians going to London? Go to Jordan. You're right next door. Go to Egypt. You're right next door. Oh, they won't take you? Gee, I wonder why. There's so many countries in between. Is it a sad thing that they don't have as strong an economy or highest standard of living as we are fortunate enough to have in our Western societies? Yeah, that sucks, but I don't have an obligation to you. And that's the thing. That's one of the biggest problems with Western civilization right now is the conflict between... And it's not even... Here's the thing. We get so hung up about facts, laws, processes, what is or isn't actually the case, when there is a moral argument to be had, or just a logic-based argument. I don't know enough about how the immigration process works to write a dissertation on it. But what I can say is that I do not have an obligation to pay for people from another country. To me what it comes down to is, if I had the ability to help everybody and I had nobody in my country that needed help, sure, I'd help. I don't want people to suffer. But when we have enough problems here as it is, and you're asking me to ignore my citizenry to take care of your citizenry, no. As a citizen of this country, I have a responsibility and a duty to pay taxes and contribute to my society. I do not have an obligation to take care of yours. If everything in my society is perfect, and I've got extra, then sure, I'd be happy to help. Like I said, I don't want people to suffer, but I do not have an obligation to anybody, except for my own people. political rants aside, Cam, I didn't really answer your questions, but yeah, immigration is one of my top 3 political issues right now. Let's see here. We broke the 1200s. So let me find a port here real quick, and I'll see if I can answer what my other 2 biggest things are. But yeah, immigration would be number 1, in that I do not have an obligation to take care of other people. If you want a handout or to commit crimes in my country, get lost. If you want to contribute to our society, I don't care your race, ethnicity, creed, whatever it is. If you're going to be a law-abiding citizen and contribute to our society, welcome aboard. That's my stance on that. And that would be, I don't know if that's my number 1 issue, but it's definitely in my top 3. Second issue. Second issue to me would be right now the economy, and I agree with Trump when he says that bringing down energy costs is a great way to lower overall costs, and so we should be increasing energy production. I want to do that in a way that's environmentally responsible. And I really think anybody who is railing against fossil fuels or climate change but doesn't think we need nuclear is not a serious actor. So I am big into using as clean of fossil fuels as we can, increasing nuclear production, and using green, sustainable, renewable energy sources where feasible. And I think I'm gonna tape with energy production because I want, any sort of energy production to be done in a way that's responsible. I don't want to destroy pristine habitat for drilling oil, or clear-cutting mountains for coal, or absolutely destroying a landscape to harvest lithium and nickel for batteries. I don't want to do that. I want to produce clean, cheap energy, but I also want to preserve our environment. And with that, I just think funding for conservation in a responsible manner would be something that I'm concerned about with what Doge is doing. I'm all for cutting the government, big time. I'm a big fan of stopping waste, fraud, and abuse, and honestly, the government spends way too much money. I want to be fiscally responsible. Conservation is not something that really makes money, but I think it's something that needs doing. So, I mean, everybody handout maintained, but boy, I would like to see some conservation practices kept going in the right way. I mean, I work in conservation. I know that there's a lot of waste, and some of the programs that are on offer are a complete joke, and so that should be stopped. But that's something that needs to be gone through with a scalpel, not a hatchet. And then my third/fourth thing would be getting rid of all these freaking that are terrible for us, that we know are terrible, and outlawing them like the EU does. So I'm really in RFK's corner on banning things like terrible food dyes and high fructose corn syrup and glyphosate and shit like that. I'm in RFK's corner on that one. We need to be taking care of the health of our people better, and a great place to start with that is diet. So I'd say healthier food and outlawing dangerous chemicals in our food supply is one. Getting a tamp down on immigration's two, and then sustainable energy in a way that is realistic and preserves the environment would be number 3.
Making all A's, sir.
Am I a drill baby drill guy? I don't know. I would say sure, but my big concern is what am I going to do? How do I want to say? I am not the kind of guy who's going to throw soup at a painting because I'm against oil production, and I'm not going to be somebody who is against fossil fuels. I'm not against fossil fuels. They are the most realistic and widely available and cheapest source of energy we have, and I want to maintain their use until something works as a viable replacement. And right now we don't really have that. So if we need to increase drilling in order to bring down energy costs, sure. But I want to do it in a way that doesn't absolutely wreck ecosystems or put wildlife at risk. I don't want oil spills and shit like that, and I don't want to absolutely destroy the environment in an effort to lower energy costs. I want to do it in a way that's responsible. Now, if you can do that, mitigating damage and not killing the polar bears or leaking a million gallons of oil into the Gulf of Mexico or whatever, Gulf of America, sorry, then fine, drill. Go for it. I don't care. But if you're going to destroy the goddamn place while you're doing it, then no, I'm not a fan of that. You're going to find that most of my positions are pretty central. I'm not far left or far right. I'm pretty center on everything. Universal college or universal healthcare? Healthcare, I really don't know. Here's my position on most of these things writ large. Where the hell is a port? I need to figure out a heading here. Because my ship is kaput. I'll just head for this fort down here. Actually, no, there's a port up here. We're going to go this way. Okay. Here's how I feel about these sorts of things writ large. When you say universal or free, it just means that the taxpayer is picking up the bill. And I don't like that. Because, as we all know from, well, anyone who's gone to university knows, and you don't have to go to university to know this, but if you went to university, you do know this. The government's going to give you a student loan that you have no chance of repaying, or it's going to take you forever to repay, to 18-year-olds who are fucking stupid. And they're going to give you as long as you want to keep going to school. They'll just keep giving you the money. And the universities are like, oh, shit. Our customer is the student. They're bankrolled by the government. The government's going to pay for it no matter what. Why wouldn't I just charge whatever the fuck I want? And so that's why these colleges have 16,000 gyms and giant stadiums and a million administrators that should all be chucked into a river and stupid freaking classes. Why was flat water canoeing a class that I could take at college? It was. I took it. But why? It's a fucking joke. I took it so that way I could maintain my semester hours. But was it a good use of my time? Absolutely not. Why are these things here? They're here because the university can pay for them with all this fucking money that the government just gives, and they can use that as a selling point. Come to our university. We have flat water canoeing and 6,000 gyms. What? Doesn't make any fucking sense. So, when you say we need free education and free healthcare, like I said, healthcare's a different beast, but follow my train of thought here. As long as the taxpayer's footing the bill, the recipient will do or will charge whatever the fuck they want to get whatever sorts of boondoggles they want. And that's how you get all this crazy fucking student debt in universities that stray from the mission. So what I want is affordable education where universities are only charging the money they need to achieve the mission, which should be educating students in fields that are needed. If you are pumping out, as Ben Shapiro likes to say, lesbian dance theorists, you don't deserve money because you're not producing something of value. And unfortunately, a lot of these degrees that students are coming away with, while also coming away with thousands of dollars in debt, they're not of any value. So the university should not be able to charge whatever the fuck it wants if the government's going to bankroll that. If the government's going to say, I'm going to fund the students to go to your university, I get a say in how much you're charging, and you're not charging a cajillion dollars for some stupid new gym. It's a joke. I did take a canoeing class. It was a fucking joke. But that's my point. So it's the same with healthcare, though. If the taxpayer is going to pay for everyone's healthcare bills, then two things. Number one, the hospital can't just go, I'm going to charge whatever the fuck I want. No, because then we're going to have the same problem we do with the universities. And the second thing is if I, as a taxpayer, am going to pay for your medical bills, then you need to take care of yourself as a recipient of free healthcare. That means you should not be jumping off of roofs. You should not be smoking 16 packs of cigarettes a day. If you're going to drink like a sailor, I'm not paying to cover you. You have to take an interest in your own health. And if you're not going to fucking do it, if you're going to eat 6,000 Twinkies and a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos every day as your diet for 25 years, I am not paying your cancer treatment bill. I don't have an obligation to take care of people who won't take care of themselves. And that's my biggest thing. We do not have an obligation to take care of stupid shit. We have an obligation to take care of shit that is needed and responsible. And so, do I want the government to help people out who can't afford the medical bills? Yes. Do I want education to be affordable? Yes. Those kids are going to charge whatever the fuck they want because the money's coming no matter what from poppy government, and I have to pick up the bill as a taxpayer, and even if I, anything in net taxes because we spend more money than the government collects, then what that means is my dollars become worthless. So one way or another, I'm paying for this, and no, I'm not going to pay for stupid shit. We should pay for it if it's reasonable. If it's stupid, no. I don't know enough about the European system to say exactly how they do it. I just don't know enough. But I would imagine there has to be some level of oversight. But whether or not Europe's found a way to make it work, or whether or not I understand their system, I'm going to pause that sentence, and I'm going to make something very, very clear, because this is the way I feel about modern political discourse writ large. There is too much shit to know that we would have to know to be experts in everything, and I can't be an expert in everything. And on top of that, there is a lot I'm going to say cloudiness about the facts on the ground. A lot of debate about whether facts one side or another uses are true. You could have what was the example I had the other night? I was watching Piers Morgan, and they were arguing about something. What was the fact I heard about the other night? I can't think of it. But there is something that I had watched on like the Ben Shapiro show or some shit like that earlier, and they said, I'm just going to use a random bullshit fact. Apples are red. That's what Ben Shapiro says. And then that night, the liberal on Piers Morgan says, apples are blue. Opposite sides of the discourse are playing with completely opposite facts. And like, even though I can't think of the example right now, I'm sure we've all seen that before. If you're on the right side, you're playing with one set of facts, and if you're on the left side, you're playing with the other. So my way of arguing about political issues is I can't know all the facts, period. Not only that, we can't even agree on what facts are in play are true or not. So, fuck the facts. I can't argue on that level. What I can do is I can say, hey, assuming your baseline assumptions are true, if you're gonna throw a set of, then I can say, if those facts are true, then this. And that's how I play with my political debates, because, like I said, there's just too much to know, and we argue about the facts so much that nothing ever gets accomplished. So, I don't understand the European system. I don't know how it works. I can't understand how it works. But what I can say is, regardless of what system you're using, if people don't take care of their own health, then money will be wasted. And if you give an institution a blank check, they are going to spend shit. Period. End of story. I don't need to argue about what the bill should be. I don't need to argue about any of that shit. I don't need to argue about if we need to tax the rich more in order to pay for this program or that program. I don't need to argue any of it. All I have to say is, if you give someone a blank check, they are going to take advantage of that. And we know that is true. So that's my position there. Anyway, back to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I need to sell my cargo. The transgender topic? Jesus Christ, Cam, you are really trying to get me canceled tonight. As someone who grew up in a household where this was a very contentious issue, I wish nothing but the best for people. That being an example topic where people seem to be using a different set of facts. Yeah, for sure. That is absolutely a topic in which people are using different sets of facts. On this topic, I have a personal stake in this. It's not good for children. If an adult wants to do what an adult wants to do, this is a free country, go ahead. But number one, leave children out of it. Number two, if you're going to mandate what I have to say, fuck off. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. This is a free country. I have freedom of speech. Hate speech is free speech. Bite me. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go out and be hateful towards people, but I do not like compelled speech. Period. End of story.
My thanks.
But yeah, that's my position on the trans thing. Leave children out of it. If you want to do what you want to do as an adult, go right on ahead. It's a free country. But you can't tell me what to say. And if I have an opinion on this, which I do have my own opinions on this topic, and they don't agree with yours, tough titties. Free country. If you want to argue more niche things about, I mean, this is a pretty broad topic, transgenderism. If you want to argue more niche things, I'd be happy to do so. But that's kind of a 50,000 foot view of it. Where is this naval convoy? Is this out by Kingston? Cam, you completely derailed my Sunday Joyride stream, or Saturday evening Joyride stream, into a giant political debate. Oh no, that's way out west here. I was just over there. Okay, well I think we'll head there next time. we stream this, which God knows when that will be. I don't stream Black Flag as often as I should, but I actually really enjoyed this. I like this is a game you can play with your brain off, honestly, and it's a lot of kind of relaxing fun to do. So I enjoyed this quite a bit, and what do we got here? The state of Iowa passed a bill removing gender identity as a protected civil rights class. Do you think they should have done that? I think it's been a protected class under Iowa law for years. I would have to hear the arguments for why Iowa did what it did to see if I agree with them or find them compelling. As it is, that kind of just hit me out of the blue. I don't know. Generally speaking, I'm pretty against people being able to legally discriminate as a matter of public policy. Yeah, I would have to see what the motivations were, and I'm sure if you were on the left side of the aisle, you would say it was just bigotry was the only motivation. But I would want to know specifically what the arguments for and against are, and then make my decision based off that. But like I said, people play with different sets of facts, and I don't have any of those sets of facts at the moment. So what I would just say is, I don't know, but generally speaking, legalized discrimination is not a very good place to be. Now, that being said, I would assume the right side of the aisle would say that that might be a choice or a mental condition as opposed to an immutable characteristic, which is generally what civil rights are for. So, I'd have to look more into that one. But boy, Cam, you are trying to get me into trouble tonight, aren't you? Like I said, I'm pretty centrist in most positions. But just leave the kids alone. God damn it. Anyway, that's let's see where we ended up. That's it for the political side of this. Completely derailed my stream, big man. Yeah, I'm not touching religion. No, but that is in the Bill of Rights, freedom of religion. Okay, so we moved from 12 something, 1230 something I think, up to 1191. 5,350 ships sunk is where we're at. So hopefully next time I stream, I can get into the 1000s as opposed to the 1100s. But let's see how far we are off the top. 380,714. So I only have to sink 375,000 more ships, and I'll be there. Cam, no more political questions. I'm going to take a little bit of break from streaming, eat some dinner real quick, but I'm done with Black Flag for the night, and I think I'll pick up either Battlefield 1 or Battlefront 2 in an hour or so, and we'll meet up again. Appreciate you all watching. Hope you found the political discussion, the non-scheduled political discussion, I might add, engaging, thought-provoking, and not too infuriating. That's not generally what this channel is for, but like I said earlier, if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it. I can't help myself. So that'll be that, and we'll see you later. Peace. Cam, I just saw your ETA. 9:30? I don't know. I'll let you know.